Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hyped, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hyped, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured. With fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
Hey, what is good? What is good? What is good, everybody? It is your girl Tika, and I got the one. Well, hell, I ain't got her. She here, y'all. It's the one and only EJ. What's good, EJ?
Hey, boo. Hey, everybody. Welcome. What's going on?
Absolutely, girl. These 3 episodes, I was like, wait, what? And then he did what? And she said what? So for you, what were your reactions on All's Fair? And that's what we're here to talk about, y'all. We're here to discuss All's Fair episodes 1, 2, and 3, starring Kim Kardashian and Glenn Close and Niecy Nash and Tiana Taylor. Like, it's a whole bunch of them, y'all.
Naomi Watts.
Okay?
Sarah Paulson with her crazy self.
Okay.
Actually, she's my favorite character now that we, throw it out there. Cara is crazy. I love this for her. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, she's so funny to me. I think I just love her character right now.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm like on the fence with Cara, because it's like some moments I want to just throw Cara out the building, and then some other moments I'm like, dang, y'all ain't have to do her like that. So, I'm half and half. The single mama would be my favorite character. Emerald is my favorite character so far. And I'm here for all of the shenanigans. So we're going to get into it. I just want to say thank you to everybody who are tuning in to Talk That Talk Media. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell while you're here as well. Go ahead and hit that like button. Push this thing out so that the world can see that Talk That Talk Media is here. We're not going anywhere. We're going to have a great night tonight, and we're going to continue this all, y'all. So if you're over on our other channels, we do thank y'all, but come on over here to Talk That Talk Media. We absolutely appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay. And I see we have our girl Candy Love in the building. Thank you, Candy. Candy Loves TV. Thank you. We absolutely appreciate you for coming through. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to get this thing started. We are going to get it started. And of course, All's Fair, live discussion. We got to talk about the ladies. And the number one lady at the top of the spot is Allura Grant. And Allura got a lot of problems. She thinks she got a man that loves her. He shows up late to this whole dinner situation where it's supposed to be the anniversary dinner. And he pretends. He says, he's pretending as if he forgot, but in actuality, he didn't forget. And then he laces her with this beauty of a ring, EJ. What did you think about the whole ring situation, girl? And Allura as well. One thing I will say, Allura and one of the other characters, and I'm going to get to her name, but get to her character itself, Liberty, they end up starting their own business, their own attorney, their own firm. I'm sorry, y'all. And they can only take one other person with them. It has to be someone that works there, someone that stands out, but it cannot be another lawyer. Or it can't be another lawyer. No, I'm sorry, it can't be another client. I apologize, y'all. So what did you think? We know the introduction, how they got into their own business is 10 years later, EJ. What were your thoughts on Allura and her current situation? And we're going to definitely cover each individual lady.
Yeah, Allura I thought, hey, she has it all together. I was just waiting for it, just felt like she was just too together. I was just waiting for the messy. I mean, because why not? I mean, this is supposed to be a drama, so we got to get the drama in it. So I'm waiting for all the messy to happen. From the moment I met this husband, I was just like, yeah, I don't trust this husband. This husband on some BS, like I just don't trust him. But I did think that was cute, this little cutesy moment where he hands her the ring, pretending like he forgot. To be fair, I still don't believe him. I really think that he did forget, and I really think that that ring was for somebody else. That's just my thoughts.
I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. And his name is Chase. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Chase in a little bit, but we have to address the other ladies that are a part of the whole firm situation. And we have Liberty. Now, Liberty seems like she has it all together so far, EJ. Only thing is just she just cannot connect that. She cannot make that love connection that she wants. We're going to find out that she does have a man that is a doctor. His name is Dr. Reggie, Dr. Reggie Garcia, and like he's all the things. Like he's the man that he could be a man of her dreams, but she somewhat, for some whatever reason, she has some type of commitment anxiety. Like she really can't commit to him. This man even proposes to her, and she's like, "Okay, I'll be back," and literally walks out in the midst of all of that. Another role that Liberty possesses within this whole law firm, like other than being a partner, EJ, I noticed that she's kind of like the quick fixer. Like she's quick to you get on the phone call, somebody calls, I need your help, and she's literally there. So any particular moments or I'll say any particular thoughts on Liberty? Shout out to Naomi Watts for coming through.
Okay, that part. I really like her character. I thought that every time, well, listen, when I looked at her husband, all I saw was Luke. I'm sorry, I'm still not over it yet. If you watch The Handmaid's Tale, then you know. So that's literally all I saw. I mean, I think that show needs to have a little breather first before I will ever see him as anything other than that. But I mean, I could imagine being a divorce lawyer and having some little apprehension about being married. Like, I don't know if I'd be ready to throw it all in. I definitely would have some ironclad prenuptial, whatever you want to, whatever. I'm gonna have all of that together because being in that space, she sees everything that can happen. Nobody goes into marriage thinking that there's going to be a divorce. And I think that's what a lot of people have a problem with when it comes to like the prenuptials and stuff, is because it feels like people are thinking, oh, you already think we gonna get divorced. And that's not the case. Like people have to protect themselves because at some point in time, there's gonna come a point where, and people can say what they want. I don't care if people disagree with me or not, but at some point in marriage, especially when you've been married for a long time, you are not gonna like your partner. You might love them, but there's gonna be a point where you just don't like them for a moment. And listen, if it passed, that's great. But if it doesn't pass, you might end up in divorce court. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. You have to think about things realistically. So I'm looking at Liberty, I'm thinking her job has definitely shaped the way that she feels about this particular thing. And it kind of has her scared. And I'm not mad at her for it, but I would like for her to just let it down a little bit, like do all the things that you need to do to protect yourself, but you can still have love. You can still get married. Just do what you do. I mean, you're a divorce lawyer, so do all the things prior to make sure that if it does come to that you guys can have maybe an amicable divorce as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I get it, but at the same time, I just want her to, open up her heart a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that. And just keep in mind, y'all, this is a spoiler live. So there are going to be some spoilers in here. So just keep in mind that towards the end of, I think it's like the second or the third episode. No, the third episode, she actually finally says, okay, I'm going to tap out. I'm going to tap into love. And she proposes to him. So there is some sunshine on the other side of the rainbow for Liberty Ronson, y'all. But I was here for it. I'm loving this role for sure for Naomi Watts. And then we got our girl Emerald Green, aka Miss Niecy Nash. Listen, Emerald Green, this is the secret personal investigator, private investigator that they choose to take with them from the firm. And so they offer her a deal of a lifetime. Like, you can become partner, and girl, we guarantee that you'll be a multi-millionaire after the second year. And fast forward 10 years, it looked like she's that multi-millionaire that they promised her to be. When we initially meet her, she's on the phone cussing out her little 8-year-old sons, and she had her sons through artificial insemination. So it's triplets. Like, so she has 3 grown men that she has to raise, but she's handling her business. She's doing it by herself. The kids, the young men who are currently probably 18 by now, are not complaining about how great of a mother she was. They're fan. As a matter of fact, they're telling her how great of a mother she was. And then they have a little moment where they start singing to her, and I was like, oh, I wish my son could sing. But it was a beautiful moment. EJ, any thoughts about Emerald, as well as the fact that she don't take no stuff, and even if she's not an attorney, she steps in and she handles it, and she calms the clients down when they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. So she assures them that, baby, I'm gonna get you your money.
Okay, that part. I like Emerald. I think Emerald is definitely brave. For one thing, she made it very clear that she did this on purpose. Like, she did the artificial insemination on purpose. She knew that there was not going to be, a father around, but this is what she wanted. And she's raised these 3 amazing young men, and she's done a really good job with it. One of them got into early admissions to MIT, no telling where the other ones are going, because I probably didn't catch that because they were so focused on this one. They were trying to play a little joke on her. I love the singing part of it. I loved when we first met her and she was cussing these 8-year-olds out. I mean, you got to cuss these kids out sometimes. They just need a little cuss. We got to stop this soft parenting. Soft parenting don't get you no doggone where. So listen, I was here for it. I was like, them 8-year-olds, understand them 8-year-olds can cuss better than grown folks. Let's just keep it real. They hear, they listen, and it don't always have to come from the parents. Sometimes they be on the TV, they be on that playground, listen to them little kids cuss up a storm. So yeah, them little kids needed to get their butt cussed out. But I love how she is as a private investigator. I love that they brought her in, and she's not a lawyer, but she's still a partner. And I love that because she's an integral part of each one of their cases, right? It all starts with her. She has to do her big part in order for them to be able to do their part. And so I think that they just meshed really, really well. And I enjoyed seeing Niecy Nash on this. I thought this was so far so good. I'm locked in.
Yeah, definitely, EJ. Like I said at the beginning, this is one of my favorite characters. And without her, like you said, they probably wouldn't be as successful as they are. So I'm loving me some Emerald Green right about now. And girl, why are her kids Emerald? She named her kids with the E after her: Egypt, Elijah, and Ezra. Talking about some mother's love, okay? But I'm not mad at this. Then we meet Dina. Now, in the very beginning of the episode, like it's the first episode, Dina is the one who actually encourages Allura and Liberty to go ahead and start their own business, because she knows all of the stuff, the male chauvinistic business that these men are putting Allura and Liberty through. She's like, girls, ladies, go ahead. It's your time. I give you all permission. And she somewhat kind of raised them in this whole attorney lifestyle. Like, she was the only woman that was there at this particular business, and she, talked them through a lot of the things. And, she knew life wasn't going to be fair working at this particular firm, but she held them down. And so we also find out that, unfortunately, Dina is married, not unfortunately that she's married to Doug, but she's married to Doug, and unfortunately Doug has cancer. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about Doug towards the end, but she basically comes out of retirement to go and help Allura when we find out that Allura is about to go through her own uprooting of her own marriage. Any thoughts about Dina, EJ?
I love Dana. First and foremost, shout out to Glenn Close because why? Okay. I was like, this
Right.
was like the perfect like little mesh right here because we get this person that because you know Glenn always gives you like strong, you know what I mean? Like just definitely strong, can be in any type of room. And I think her character, Dina, definitely brings that to the table, right? She's sitting at the table with all those men and she's kind of just there, she's observing. But, you know, as she stated, she opened up the doors for, you know, the other women and she actually hired those women. I feel like she was a mentor to all of them. I think that's why Carr was so hurt and upset because she was her mentor. But, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Carr got a little personality issues, but we'll get to that.
Right.
But I feel like she did raise all of them up in this particular firm, and she knows exactly what they're going through and what they have to take. And she is encouraging them, like, hey, go out. It's time. Like, it feels like they've done all that they can here. They've reached their potential here. Now it's time to go and do your own thing. And I was excited when she decided to come out and was like, look, I'm gonna be your lawyer. Like, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna help you through this, you know. So I love that for her. But I think Glenn Close is doing a really good job, and I think she was like the perfect fit for this particular role right here. I think
Right.
it just balances out real well. And I also like the vulnerability that they showed when we get the moments where she's, you know, having these feelings, like, because your husband, he's sick, right? He's sick, which means y'all aren't being intimate anymore. And yet she's still vulnerable enough to say, like, I still want this, like, but I love my husband. And but I'm right now, I'm a little frisky. I'm feeling a little attraction to this guy. I went up to that room, I kissed him, but I said, no, you know what? And then she goes back and she tells her husband. Everybody else is like, look, why are you even telling him? Like, you didn't do anything. But that just goes to show the type of relationship they have and the conversation that they have when she's telling him this. I'm like, you know, like, that's the kind of partnership you would desire, is you would be able to go and tell someone something that you almost made this mistake, you did this, and her partner understanding what's happening, like, I can't do this, but, you know, like, I can't fulfill these needs that you have. I get it, I understand, yada yada yada. I just felt like he was just really, really completely understanding in this moment. But I think it's because of the honesty, because most people find out things in a devastating way, like how the Allure character, most people find out things when it's too late. But in this case, she's just like, I'm gonna go be honest and I'm gonna tell the truth. This is what happened. Period. So I love this character. I think this is a good character, and so far, I think this storyline is going to be interesting. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of what's going to transpire between Dina as well as her husband. There's also a time where she has a vulnerable moment and she tells the ladies about how she was, you know, looking, she was in the bathroom and she was washing her hands or something. She looked in the mirror and she saw an older lady and she was like, I don't recognize that lady, you know, and because she felt like she's 35 on the inside, but she's talking about how she doesn't look that on the outside. To her, she doesn't look like that. And so the ladies were, you know, confirming and confiding in her and uplifting her and saying, girl, you look good, you know what I mean? And there was also that moment where they go to talking about self-care. We definitely going to get into that one a little bit in a second, but it was just a lot that, you know, she's exposing herself. She's allowing herself. And I can see that the only reason why she's able to do that is because of this group of ladies that she has raised. And so we get into Carrington Lane. And Carrington Lane is in a lane of her own. She has been dropped. She wanted to belong with the cool kids. I'm going to call them the cool kids only because of the fact that they were able to leave and go and start their own business. I don't want to say that. I do want to say, and I don't want to say that Dina told her the reason why she couldn't go with the other ladies because she wasn't as cute as them, but it was giving your personalities, and she was giving a little. I mean, yeah, she told her she wasn't as cute as them. And you know, she was upset. It wasn't so much as her being upset about that statement. It was just more of the fact that the ladies literally left her and they went off and did their own thing and they're popping right now. But she also left and she's billing. She's got the billable hours just as much as the ladies have, and she's so shady, y'all. She not only on their 10-year anniversary, Carrington decides to send the ladies a edible arrangement that smelled like boo boo, and she also wrote them a note about how they were all, yeah, she was just real ratchet in her world. It was a lot. So EJ, any thoughts on Carrington and any particular? Carrington is crazy. I like her though. I can't even like Carrington. Like, and one more thing, we find out that Carrington is going to represent Chase, Alura's ex-husband, or Alura's current husband, in this whole divorce situation. Her and Alura, she hates Alura more than Alura hates hers.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy part about Carrington is that Carrington is a great lawyer, and she probably would have made an amazing addition to the team. But if you don't play well with others, then there's that, right? There has to be a reason why they wouldn't want her to be a part of the team. And, sometimes people have personality flaws, and people know that they may not necessarily be able to work with them because of this. Not that they're not great at what they do, but shoot, you got to be able to work with the people that you're going to be partners with. And I think that's what it all boils down to. I think she was extremely hurt. I think hurt people. She's hurt, and she hasn't let it go after 10 years, no matter what the success is, no matter how many awards she's gotten or whatever she was saying. She said that she's gotten all these things, and I don't know if they were awards or whatever the thing is that they give people, good lawyers and stuff, maybe some write-ups and some articles. I don't know, girl. Don't give me the line. Right. Whatever the case is, she has been recognized and she has accolades for her because she's a great lawyer, right? But that's not enough. You would think that if I was this great lawyer and I had all of these accolades and I am at the top of it, there's no way that I'm going to take my 10 years of being on the top, right, to send you a boo-boo filled edible arrangement unless I am really, really hurt by you so badly that I really wanted to be a part of this so much, and you didn't pick me to be a part of it. So now my life's mission is to one-up you at every single turn. Now, the crazy part about the whole situation is that her, the only reason why she's able to represent Chase is because they forgot to call her. Like in the midst of all of this, they forgot to call her. And if they had called her, she wouldn't have been able, not even if she wanted to represent, she wouldn't have been able to represent him, right? And I think that was interesting. To be fair, I feel like if Carrington found out that she was getting a divorce, she probably called Chase more than likely. Is how I really felt. She probably doing it pro bono too. Like, really, she definitely has it out for them. And she does mention, like, you are my mentor. And I feel like Dina was everybody's mentor, right? And so she's really upset with Dina as well. Like you gave them your blessing, but shoot, you didn't tell them to take them with me, like everybody wanted to get away from here. And I was so interested in the fact that, like, so you're saying that you wanted to leave. Now that they're leaving, you're about to go start your own thing. But why didn't you just do that from the beginning? Like, why did this have to be such a big thing? If you were going to do this, then why not just do it? Like, why do it because they did it? It's giving, like, I don't know. It's just giving like this weird jealousy, this weird rivalry that I don't think that Allure and Liberty, I don't know, can't think of her name. I'm about to say Emerald. That Allure and Liberty even think that they even knew that existed, right? You know how somebody be competing with you and you don't have a clue? Right. That's what's happening here from the beginning, right? And now, or even just throughout these whole entire 10 years, I would gather to say that they had no clue that she's been like competing with them per se, like, because they're not competing with her. But I actually love the character Carrington. I think that Sarah Paulson does such an amazing job with this character. I think she just throws the biggest temper tantrums, and I just laugh. I thought it was so funny. I just laughed at her. I'm like, okay. And another thing is that I don't think I really have like a connection to the other, like the Allure character. I could care less what happened to her right now. Even though I know she's the main character, there hasn't been enough time in the show for me to be like, oh, I'm riding for this character yet. So at this moment, I'm just laughing because I'm like, Carrington, you are crazy, girl. I love it.
Crazy AF, crazy AF. Carrington is. So yeah, but absolutely. And then one final thing about Carrington, when Allura called her voice message or her music to Allura was, I don't F with you. I was like, oh my God, you are crazy for real. You can hang out. You might be able to come to a little bit of pizza on the barbecue, okay? But with that being said, we're going to head over to the chat real quick just to thank everybody for coming through. And if there are any comments, I'll read those comments as well. Thank you, Candy Love, for coming through. Hey there, Shayna. Thank you for coming through. What's up there, Real MJ? Thank you for coming through. Let's see who else we got. We have Tamika's Den. What's up, Tamika? Thank you for coming through. We absolutely appreciate you. Kendall, thank you for tapping in, hanging out with us as we discuss all's fair. Listen, I want to say all's fair in love and war because that's so many times what that statement is connected to. Hey there, Queen. Hola, hola, hola. I like that. And who else we got? I think that is everybody so far. Okay, so let's get to Carrington. Kendall has a couple of comments. Carrington is a mess, but I love the character with the no nonsense for sure, and she's probably not a team player at all. It's like she's making Allura and the ladies out to be the mean girls adult edition. They are in her world, they are the mean girls because they literally left her behind. Like, you wasn't wanted, boo. Let it go. But yeah, they kind of being mean girls. Let's see what Candy has to say. I'm not a fan of Allura, maybe because I don't care for Kim K. I'm gonna give you my opinion about Kim K in a little bit in this particular role because I'm not a big Kim K fan either, but I'm just gonna give you just my thoughts on this whole role. And last but not least, what's up, DeMarcus Vaughn? Thank you for tapping in. We appreciate you. And then we're gonna move to a couple of these couples, y'all, because the issue is gonna hit the fans. And we have Grace Henry versus Lionel Lee. Okay, Lionel Lee. And we find out that Lionel Lee been doing some dirty things, but Grace comes to the situation. She comes to the ladies and she says that she wants the divorce. And she's saying that, well, it's not my husband that was cheating or anything like that. It was, he introduced me to this whole new lifestyle and I like the lifestyle, but I want to be with this woman. So this woman that he introduced me to, I want him. So, but with that being said, once I leave this relationship or this marriage, I ain't gonna be able to get nothing because I'm the one that's basically cheating. And so Emerald does her thing. She does the research. And so they're all sitting in the office or sitting in the conference room having this conversation. And of course, Lionel comes in with his lawyer or his high-powered attorney who's telling the ladies that, listen, y'all ain't gonna be able to do nothing basically because it's all on her. Like we can just end this right now. Your high-powered attorney, Allura, is not going to be able to help you whatsoever, but they come with the facts, y'all. The facts and nothing but the facts. And just to give y'all an image of what this man been sliding down on is just as big as a freaking street cone. And I was like, oh my God, they going to do the most with this one. But EJ, talk to me. Tell me any thoughts on this specific divorce situation that's about to go down between Grace as well as Lionel Lee.
I just thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, I think these cases are going to be pretty interesting to see what these people are really out here doing. But I mean, it's the classic thing. I mean, I'm sorry, but a lot of time people who have way too much money and way too much time on their hands to be doing things, they usually got some kind of weird stuff going on in the background somewhere, especially these type of controlling men like this one right here. And the way you would put something like that in a prenup about cheating is weird, especially when you are the one that's actually doing the cheating and you're actually the one that's bringing other people into the bedroom as well because you want to have these fantasies or whatever it is that you want to have. So I find that interesting and a lot of red flags comes with that. But what was even funnier is just was the booty hole action. Like, sir, how you put your whole booty hole over this thing? That is a big thing. When you put that next to a cone, your butthole is ridiculously. You should have no problem. You should be very, very, very. I'm just saying, like, he shouldn't have no problem at all with issues. He should just be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Clear. He should be able to on out of there. Yeah, it was just doing too much. I just thought it was interesting, but I love how they go look for the thing. Like, we're not trying to beat you in this. We are literally just we're going to make it to where you want to give it up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, offering the dominatrix lady the $10 million was smart, because she only wanted, if I can't remember how much it was, but it was a really small amount. If I'm not, ain't this the one who asked for a small amount? Like, I don't think she asked for 200 million. I think go ahead.
I think I can't remember her specific dollar amount. I just remember that she was just like, matter of fact, she didn't want anything. She actually didn't want anything, but they were telling her, nah, you can actually get something. Like, you've been in this relationship. He introduced you to this type of lifestyle. So nah, baby, you don't have to walk away. Like, no, you don't have to walk away without anything. So yeah.
So the fact that she didn't really even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, okay. And then he signed that stuff because he don't want nobody to know how wide open his booty hole go, because god dang, how your butthole go that wide open? I do not know. I'm just saying, Tika, that is crazy to me.
Girl,
you're doing too much.
Way too much. I don't even want to imagine what his tail feathers looking like right now. But you know, he like you said, EJ, he signed that paperwork and she got a lot of money. But then we have another case where Liberty is the one that ends up working on this particular case, but she receives a phone call from Miss Sheila Baskin. Is it Sheila? Yeah, Sheila Baskin, y'all. And she's just like calling her, but she don't know, like, who are you? Who are you that are calling me? Because she's telling her, I need this, and I just want to, she's wanting this whole divorce. But come to find out, y'all, she is basically married to one of like a billionaire or something. And she is the one that gets caught cheating. But so she's thinking that she's not going to be able to get anything up out of this relationship because she was the one that was caught cheating. Another case of, if you cheat in the relationship, you going to get, you get nothing. And so thankfully, to Liberty, we find out that, baby, that jewelry that we looking at. And no, did you see the shoe collection, y'all? Have y'all even watched this episode? But the shoe collection, she deserves way more than 40 million. I don't care if she cheated, but she's gonna end up with about $40 million because she's gonna be able to auction off all of the things. And Theo Baskin is like, don't leave my house without nothing, or don't leave my house with whatever you got. Let me see what you got. You're not leaving with it. But he find out that fat meat ain't greasy, and basically, baby, you gifted her all of these things. You gifted her this jewelry, the shoes, all the things. You gifted it her while you were married. And yes, y'all were married in California. So in actuality, she's entitled. She's entitled to all of this jewelry that you're trying to, keep from her. Any particular thoughts on Theo and Stella or Sheila? I don't know why I want to call her Stella all of a sudden.
Yeah, so my thoughts are, ladies, if you are going to get married to someone and they are super rich, make sure that you know the laws of the state that you're getting married in, right? So that way you can protect yourself better. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That is teaching folks stuff. But no, seriously, I thought that this was interesting how she locked herself up in this room. She said, I'm not leaving here because I know if I leave here that's it, that it's a wrap. And again, what was funny about this one is that, again, we have another high-powered billionaire who's telling people, if you cheat, why is cheating always the thing? Now, he does say that he never cheated, but you also stop showing your wife affection. You stop showing your wife love. Like, there's a reason why she did what she did. I mean, he looked like he an a-hole anyway. I'm not just completely blaming him for everything, but he looked like an a-hole. I'm just saying. You can just tell. You can tell it's his way or the highway. Here, like you can just tell it just from just a little bit, just from the little bit that we did see of him. And I love that ending part where she has that conversation within him, and he's just almost thinking, it was almost like he wanted to say, "Come back, baby, come back," but then she was like, "But deuces," like she was out of there with her jewelry. I love the fact that they know how to look for these loopholes and things, because people do get screwed like this all the time, not knowing what they can and cannot do, not knowing the different things that can happen. And a lot of times that's how, like, I mean, we saw the Why Did I Get Married? Y'all saw Sheila. Y'all saw what's that? Waiting to Exhale. Y'all saw when they had to y'all saw, Divorced Sister. She came out pretty good. But at the same time, those gifts she had to end up giving back, right? Yeah. Like there's so many, there is beauty in knowing what you can and cannot do, because people will try to screw you every single time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then we have another, and wait, before I get off of Sheila Baskin, Sheila Baskin, shout out to Judith Light. I will always remember her as from Who's the Boss back in the 80s plus 90s type of show. And I know she's been in so many other, she's been in American Horror Story, she's been in so many other projects, but because I'm kind of like telling my age, I just remember her from Who's the Boss with Tony Danza. So she does her thing in this one as a drunk lady trying to get her money. Okay.
Okay, give me my money.
And then moving right along, this one was a sad one. This one is with Elizabeth. This character, Dee Barber, is Elizabeth Berkley, who was in Saved by the Bell, y'all. And I know y'all know Zach Morrison and Slater, AC Slater, and all of them. Well, this is where this actress comes from. But her character, Dee Barber, is married to Arthur McPherson. Now, keep in mind, Arthur didn't have Jack when they were married, or when she first met him. And then this business, because she's a chemist, basically the product hit, like it became major, and she made a whole lot of money, but find out he was doing a whole lot of illegal stuff, but he put her name in this illegal stuff. And after she got this divorce, she found out that, dang, they trying to come for me and take all my stuff. Like, whatever I got remaining, they're trying to take it. So unfortunately, y'all, they kind of told her, well, there's not really a whole lot that we can really do. And so she decides to say, well, give me a minute. Let me go take a vape. And she goes, she don't take not one vape, but what she does take is a big old leap off of the ledge of the building. And I was just like, oh my God. But we know in the end, y'all, there was a moment of retribution for her. But EJ, what were your thoughts on poor Dee Barber?
Yeah, I thought this was so sad. I was just, when she went out there, I said, she finna jump. I just knew she was finna jump. Like, that's the first thing I said. Oh, she's finna go out here and jump. I didn't understand why they couldn't see that she was suicidal. I saw she was suicidal right from the jump. I was like, oh, she's not going to be able to handle this. Y'all just then basically took every last little piece of hope that she had and deflated it right then. I feel like I get where they were going with this, and maybe they're used to just like their clients letting them completely get everything out. But maybe we should have led with some more positives. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's going to be hard, but maybe we can do da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, I just feel like because they came with all the negatives so quickly, she just gave up. She was like, you know what? Bump this. I'm just done. And then this Joker gets to go out and continue to live this lavish lifestyle. I just wanted her to fight. I just didn't want her to go out like this. Like, I just believe in, shoot, let's fight. Like, no, I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt for you to keep doing somebody else like this. I'm going to fight you until the end. Like, we going to figure it out. That's what I wanted to see. But I do get that people get in these places, in these spaces where they just want to, let it go. I do, but I really wish she had to just, I just wish she had to step back and been like, you know what, let's fight this out, because people like him, like, they'll keep doing it to other people until you stop them, right. So And the same way that they came up with this particular plan right here was the same way they probably would have came up with another plan. You know, like they would have figured something out, but I just think they should have led with that before they deflated her, you know?
Right. Right. And thankfully that, you know, unfortunately, Dina wasn't there to kind of be like the fixer in this particular situation. Because I think if Dina had been there, that she could have been like, well, wait a minute. Even though Dina doesn't work for the firm, she's only there because she's handling Alora's divorce. But she could have been like, okay, wait, before y'all tell her this, how about this situation? I can get her. Even though I can't get her particular money back, I can get those people that lost their jobs. I can get them their jobs back. There's a way that we can maneuver, and we can keep it. We can put his butt on the line versus it looking like she was the bad person. But unfortunately, y'all, she didn't, you know, they didn't make it to that mark. And poor D, she ended up, like EJ said, she ended up stepping off that ledge and taking her own life, y'all. But this right here, this, oh my God. Okay, first of all, let's just talk about Leanne Hunt. Now, I don't know if y'all remember Jessica Simpson, but this is Jessica Simpson, Miss Music, Miss actress. Like, she's done a whole lot of things, and the way they got her face looking like this, I was like, y'all are wrong in so many different ways, but I absolutely get it. So Leanne Hunt versus Tommy Keith, her husband, who is a musician, who is portrayed by Rick Springfield. Okay, again, another one in my era. He's also an actor, but the whole situation, basically, he told her when she was right about to turn 40, basically, baby, you looking old. And the only thing that can get me off is the fact that I don't have to look at your face when you slobbing on the knob. Okay. He was that rude and disrespectful to her. So he coerces her into getting all these different plastic surgeries. At first, it was just supposed to be some dermabrasion and a little lip filler, but it ended up being a whole hot ass mess, y'all. I apologize for that word. If I can use it, I'm gonna use it. It was a hot mess the way he encouraged her to do all this stuff to her face. And so she goes to them and she explained to them, you know, that this is him. He encouraged all of this. And you know, he's threatening to basically not give me anything out of this whole situation. And so they ended up finding out that, girl, we got you. Like, we can fix it, that we can get you something out of this settlement to where we know we're going to blame him. Like, because it was him. We can get the doctor to say, and the doctor will say it, will agree to it because of the fact that the doctor is the one that jacked her up, that yeah, her husband was there and he was saying do this and do that. So he was the one that was responsible for all of the things that happened to her face. But EJ, talk to us about that moment where, girl, she was like, oh, she won what she was gonna win. Then she still double back and went to the restaurant where he was with his new young thing, told her, you know, how had he exploded on her face, like she was doing all the things. And honey, she did some other stuff to him, and I was like, that's what you get. But EJ, that moment.
Okay, so first and foremost, let's just point out the obvious. Dude is not cute at all. Like, first of all, you the one who look old. How you even gonna fix yourself to age shame this woman when you look a good hallelujah mess? See, that's the problem. People get a lot of money and think that they can just say anything, even things that don't make sense like this. This was stupid. Like, you can't say that when you looking old and crusty. Like, that's just crazy talk to me. Like, the way I'm not letting you say that to me just because, like, sir, I'm about to read you for filth. Like, the fact that I even am down here slobbing on your knob says a lot, okay? Because it's probably wrinkly, crinkly, and it probably don't even get hard. Let's just stop playing with it right now. Like, the way he would have got cussed out, the way he would have been told, Tika, like, girl, no. Like, you're not to sit up here, and the way I would have never went up there and did a darn thing to my face. Like, I would have went and saw them a long time ago. Okay, like, listen, this is what this man wants me to do. Yada, how I'm gonna get out of this. Help me figure out how I'm gonna get out of this. This is what I need to do. But anyway, y'all, I love seeing Jessica Simpson. I thought about that. The first thing I think about when I think of Jessica Simpson is back when she was married to Nick, when that girl said that, is this chicken I'm eating or fish? Because it says chicken of the sea. Like, nobody will ever forget that. I think she'll forever be famous for that. But it took me a minute. I didn't even recognize that it was her until later. I was like, why does she look so familiar? I was like, she looks familiar, but her face is so jacked up right now. Who is she? And then at that last scene when she goes in there and she goes off on him and she throws the sulfur acid, that's when I realized who she was finally. I said, that's Jessica Simpson. But I love that. I said, throw it on him then, girl. But I didn't want you to lose your money. Like, I wanted you to just let it go. But I get it. Sometimes we get a little petty, but jail time is not what we doing when we just got all this money. No, ma'am. Like, no, I'm I'm like y'all was with Naomi. Let's calm this down 2 seconds, okay? Because this is gonna get us jail time for real. So no.
Exactly. That was the only thing I noticed, and I know it's a TV show, but the only thing I didn't notice is them recommending, especially after D ended up jumping. I was thinking maybe they'll recommend like some therapy for some people. Maybe they'll set that up, but I guess that was like too much like right in my mind that they would actually do something like that.
Girl, they got all this money. She said they need to go get their own therapy. Listen, go get you some therapy and keep it pushing. Now, we're not gonna get it done for you, but maybe this is what you need to do.
Right. Right. Yep. But with that being said, y'all, we see Dina's husband, Doug, and like I said, y'all, like I told y'all earlier, that Doug has chemo. He has cancer. He has prostate cancer, and it's spread into his bones. And basically, the doctor is saying there's nothing else that they'll be able to do, and he has to tell Dina. And he's saying, I'll tell her. But the fact that he was just. He truly loved his wife, and to see that unfortunately she's about to lose him at some point. My only thinking was, and I guess this is selfish kind of thought, but if she loses him during Alora's divorce, is this going to take her out of her element? Is this going to take her off of her game? Is she not going to be as sharp as she normally would be? But did you have any particular thoughts, EJ, about Dina as well as Doug and this whole situation?
They had a good life.
One other thing real quick, EJ. I just remember him from Love and Marriage. Okay.
That's Al Bundy, girl.
Al Bundy. That's all I can think of him as Al Bundy. That's it. So that's all I want. Shout out to Al Bundy. He keeps going and going and going. And Modern Family, for those that watch Modern Family.
I don't even look at Modern Family. I know he in it, but I don't look at it. But he gonna always be Al Bundy. But listen, everybody got a time to go, and it is what it is. They've had a long life together, and it's been a great life. So there's that. I'm sorry to this man, as Kiki say. Sorry to that woman. I'm sorry to this man. That this is happening, but he just needs to tell Dina what's going on, and it needs to not be a secret. Just tell her. She's a big girl, she can handle it. I just feel like people are always trying to hide stuff from people. Like, stop trying to hide stuff from people and allow them to be there for you and to comfort you, because I would want somebody to be there for me and comfort me. Like, I'm telling everybody, damn it, I need all the comforting I can get. I'm just letting you know right now, ain't gonna be no secrets. Everybody don't know. Like, look, because I just don't feel like I'm just that type of person. I wouldn't be able to handle all of that on my own shoulders. And I would want people to be there for me. Like, what's the point of having family and a wife, a husband, and all that stuff if you can't lean on them when you need to lean on them? The vows say, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health. Like, I ain't keeping no secrets. Like, this is happening to me, and I need you to know that this is. And then I also feels like it allows people time to get that closure that they need. It's nothing like losing someone so abruptly and never getting to have closure. It's another thing to know that eventually someone is going to go because of X, Y, or Z. And it's not easy, but it is definitely allows you to have a little more closure. I've been in both of those situations, not having closure, because someone just goes in for, and because someone goes in for something, they get sick and they just go in and then they just don't come out. Actually, today is my brother's birthday, y'all, by the way. Happy birthday to happy heavenly birthday to my brother. But that's what happened with my brother. Like you didn't have nothing. It just happened. So with my dad, it was different. We knew that he was going to go, and I got a chance to have closure with that. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like people should just tell it. Like just say what it is. I get that it's hard, but just say it. Those are my thoughts.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm here with you, EJ. And moving on to this man right here, Chase Monroe, Mr. Somebody's sleeping in. Anyway, he was sleeping in everybody's bed. You married to Allura, like one of the most prominent attorneys in the country, and you sleeping around. You're not just sleeping around with prostitutes, hookers. I'm surprised there weren't no pimps up in there that he was messing with. But he ends up, not only does he end up messing with Milan, who is a intricate part of this group of ladies. He also ends up messing with this trans woman who is, wants to be in that ultimate relationship with him. She's like, listen, I don't care about none of that. I'm team Chase. And I figure maybe at the end we can, you can come out and say, yeah, I'm with this trans woman, and we could do all the things. And take the pictures for the photo op. But then other than the photo op, I want to be with you. I want to see if we can actually, have a relationship without it being transactional, because technically he was paying for the services. So Chase is literally just a flying ball. And again, the fact that he was messing with Milan, I was just like, wait, what? So Chase is on some grimy stuff. So EJ, any thoughts on Chase and what trash can we drop him off in?
So many, girl, so many. And he don't even need to go in a trash can. He needs to go in a big dumpster, a big nasty dumpster at that. One that just got all types of stuff. One where people done put their dog crap all in it, not even in the bags, girl. They just picked it up in a little something, and they don't actually put it in the bag, just dropped it in there. I need for it to get all over him. This character right here is just so ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't even make any sense. Like, how many places you spreading your seed around everywhere, but then have the nerve to want this woman to pay you $10 million a month, I believe is what the number was, some ridiculous number. You want her to pay you $10 million a month, but you were the one out here spreading yourself everywhere. Now, let's just keep it real. If this was in reverse, there's no way that we would say that, oh, she's a gold digger. This is a classic sign of a gold digger. He's 10 years younger than her, first of all. And that's a red flag for one thing. I'm okay with people having age gaps and stuff like that, but I'm just specifically talking about this show right now. For him, and he's in the league, right? Apparently, must not be that great, because apparently she pulling in more dough than him. So he must not be like, at the top of his game or whatnot. But he's still there. I ain't gonna hate on that. But at the end of the day, you really are sitting up here looking at this other woman, and it seems like you really want to pursue a relationship with her. But you're married to this one, got this other one pregnant. I think he was going into it was another thing he was going, like he was doing a lot. Like he was doing a whole lot. Because then wasn't he going to like the little place? I can't think of what it's called, because I felt like it was something else that they caught him doing. But at the end of the day, Chase is just for the streets. And then you go over here because that Carrington, Carr's name has probably come up several times throughout this relationship that they've been in. We even get some moments where we see their wedding. We get some moments where we see them freeze their eggs. And they she froze they froze their embryos, not just her eggs. Like they actually froze their embryos, which is a little bit different. And so I don't know. Just the character Chase is just doing too much. But what I liked about Milan and Allure is that Allure is taking Milan in. She's like, look, I'm I'm gonna be here for you regardless, even though you full of crap. And maybe part of that is using her, but another part of it is I think that she really thought of her as someone that she was mentoring and someone that she was, gonna see grow, because she's also in law school, and or she might she's actually, didn't she say, are you about to take the test, right?
Yeah, she was about to take the bar exam.
Yeah, she was about to take the bar exam. So I think that is just hurtful to her, but at the same time, you can tell that she wants to be a mom, and this is, I don't know. I like that she's not throwing her away. It almost reminded me of, I don't know if y'all ever saw the show that Niecy Nash was in, the one where where Karuchi was in as well. Yeah, with the nails. Yeah, it almost kind of reminds you of that, how they kind of low-key end up being friends after sleeping with it kind of reminded me of that type of storyline. But Claus, that was it. It reminded me of that little storyline right there. So I don't know. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how it goes. But I'm sorry, I went all over the place. You asked me about Chase, and I went to all of them.
That's all right, because they're connected. That's okay. I was gonna go ahead and get to, as you can see the slides, I was gonna go ahead and get to Milan anyway. You already covered the fact that she's pregnant, and Laura is welcoming her in. She even set up the baby's room, told her that baby room don't need to be across the way, it needs to be close to you so you can get to the baby, for the late night changes. Like, she was, she was all in. But we find out that the main thing that Chase is going to try to hold against Allura in this whole divorce is those embryos. And if y'all know, you know that an embryo is technically the baby. All it has to do is be inserted and fertilized in the uterus, in the in the ovaries and all that stuff, and all that information that go on. And then the baby, she could possibly get pregnant. So what Allura does, because she said, you might get, I don't see you getting to me, but you might get to me, but I'll be darned if you're going to get my baby. So what she does is she goes ahead, starts back her injections, because I thought sis was going to be on some drugs in this whole situation. They fooled me, but find out that behind his back, she even forged his signature, and because he had to confirm that she can use those embryos. So she went ahead, had those embryos implanted, and said it ain't a darn thing you can do about it. And I think because Milan gave her a little bit of a pep talk. I'm gonna be a mother. I can raise my child without him. I could do this by myself. I think with that little pep talk that was given, that's what kind of made Allura say, okay, I'm gonna take matters into my own hand, and I'm gonna go do what I do. And she injects herself. And now she potentially has the 2 embryos. All she has to do is kind of chill for a minute so she can have a successful pregnancy. Is this a risky move? Do you think that Chase is gonna give her a fight about her already, inserting the embryos into her?
I don't think that this helps her divorce case at all. I think that this is definitely going to play a vital key piece, but at the same time, with all the stuff that Chase is out here doing, I don't know. And I do kind of get her mindset of it. Like, you literally went out here and impregnated a random. I'm calling her a random because at the end of the day, she is. But you went out here and impregnated a random. You out here sleeping with all these different people, but the one thing that I wanted was this child, these children that we're supposed to have for the future. Like, we made a plan, and this is what we were going to do. And now I might not be able to have children, but I do have these embryos that and I'm not going to give that up. And now you want to actually use them and hold them over my head in order for me to give you 10 million. No, I'm just going to go ahead and forge your name and do this. It's one of those, I'm going to do it and take the consequences later. Because if I get my child out of it, then it is what it is. Now, while I do think that this will have consequences, I do understand the mindset she was in. She was just way too calm. And can we just give it up for the Lemonade reference? Can we give it up for the Beyonce Lemonade reference? I was like, okay, yellow dress. Okay. I mean, it was just like the Lemonade video. I was so here for it. But it was all a dream. It was just her thinking. It wasn't real. But I did like it.
Yeah, I was here for that moment where I thought she was really gonna bust the windows out the car too. But she ends up because she clearly is classy enough to say, okay, I'm not gonna completely blame you on this situation. I'm gonna deal with Chase. And yeah, I wanted her to really, really bust the windows out the car. And you said the lemonade, and what one other thing real quick, EJ, what do you think about? I know we stepping off track, but what do you think about the music, the soundtracks that they're giving us? Because I was like, okay, like I can feel some of those songs in the chat. Let us know, what are y'all thinking about the soundtracks to this whole what do you call it? All's Fair. What are you guys thinking?
I thought it was pretty good. Like, I don't remember all the exact music, but I was like, oh, I said, this is good. Like, I found myself like, oh, okay, they got some good music. Okay, I see where we're going with this. Right. But I'll have to pay like closer attention to make sure that for next time, just in case this come back up, I'll know exactly what was being played. But I did like the music. I won't lie, I did like it. I was like, okay, right. we bopping.
All right. Well, before we wrap this thing up, and that was pretty much what happened in 3 episodes of All's Fair. So thank you guys for hanging with us as we recapped all 3 episodes. And with that, let me just read these chats real quick, and then we'll wrap this up and head up out of here. I feel like Kim was just being herself. Yeah, because I agree. Like, to me, I never looked for Kim Kardashian to be this just amazing actress, but she was, to me, she was just being herself. Like the way she talked, and even all the way down to her talking about the different plastic surgery or the different procedures that she gets. Like, I believe that was her putting stem cell. She said was sperm cell getting injected in her cheeks, and for me, that's just my thoughts. I think she was just being herself. All's Fair is giving me Who's the Boss, Saved by the Bell, and Married with Children vibes. Yeah, they gave you all of those things. When the ladies
no, they didn't, Tika. Don't do the market.
I think he only said that because of those particular actors from the 80s. Those people were in there. That's all.
Marcus was just trying to show us that he knew the people that was in it. It was not giving that vibes at all. Wasn't giving Married with Children vibes. Definitely wasn't giving Married. It definitely not Saved the Bell. No.
All right.
But I get it.
When the lady showed the receipts, child, he was out there wilding for real. Yeah, he went on and signed that agreement. He went right on ahead. Right. Kendall said that jewelry vault collection was everything. Jewelry vault shoe. Like, I've never seen on all these little home or reality TV shows, I've never seen literally a shoe and jewelry closet that looks so like that, like fire. Like, it was immaculate. Everything was in place. Everything, the color coded, and I was like, oh man, if only.
See, what's the name's closet? They didn't show the whole thing, but did you see Allure's the way her closet was set up?
Oh, hers too. Oh yeah. But I think because it was more of the cream or the whitish color that stood out for me. But yeah, these ladies got money, y'all. These are not just your average attorneys, okay? These the rich ones, okay? I guess when she jumped, yeah, me too, because I was like, no, she didn't. They should have definitely been paying more attention. Let's see, no shade, but her face was looking crazy. Yeah, her face was definitely looking crazy. I believe you talking about
Jessica Simpson character.
Yeah, I hope she didn't do that in real life. I pray she didn't. I don't know Phil Spector. I'll have to Google that. But not Tommy Lee. I was about to call him Tommy Lee. Rick, damn it, I got the name. He came out when I was a kid, so I can't even be mad at him. Rick Springfield. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm sorry. I was shocked when Milan said she was pregnant. Didn't Chase move her into the house? I believe he did. I believe they said that he purchased that house for her.
Yeah, I think he purchased that house for her. He was out there doing, like, whenever he was meeting up with the other the lady, the trans lady, he was paying for everything with Allure money.
Right. Exactly. With Allure's money. I don't think I'd be that graceful with my husband's side piece, even though he's the one to blame for cheating. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna even lie. I've been in that situation, y'all. And at the end of the day, it wasn't a child fault. So that's where my grace came from, you know. Yeah, and that's enough of my business. But lastly, I wonder if forging his signature will circle back because Carrington will figure out the timeline and when the paperwork was signed. What about you? What you think, EJ?
Of course, Carrington is
sharp.
Smart. She's sharp. She gonna figure it out.
Right. Well, y'all, with that being said, that was pretty, like I said, that was the end of the episodes, the 3 episodes of All's Fair. We absolutely appreciate you guys engaging with us. This has definitely been fun. We are here. Talk That Talk Media is here. With that, y'all, we do have a couple of things that we are going to be talking about coming up. EJ, can you see the screen?
I can. Yeah, so of course, this week, well, Saturday, we'll be talking about Force. We'll be going live to talk about Power Book for Force. We did just do our reaction to It, Welcome to Derry. We'll have the second one up soon, and then they'll always be like a week behind, by the way, y'all, just so you know. And then we'll have a live discussion over the Talamasca, so definitely check that out if you're watching that. If you like Interview with a Vampire, I feel very confident that you will like Talamasca. It's actually pretty good as well. And then, we're going to be finishing up Married at First Sight. We already started this thing, so we just ended at this point. It's not like it used to be when it was on the other network, so it's not as long, like they're cramming a lot in at one time, but we definitely in it. We're gonna try to see how if any of these couples gonna make it to the end, because I don't believe in none of them. But yeah, so definitely make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and turn on the notifications and do all the things so that you don't miss out on any of our future content, y'all. And we got a lot of stuff that's up right now. We're still dropping the boys content. I'm just trying to pace the boys content, but we've actually recorded every last single bit of it. So we'll be dropping that. And then we'll have Interview with a Vampire reactions coming out soon as well. So we appreciate everybody so much. Thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you for supporting the channel. This was fun, and we'll be doing All's Fair every probably on Thursday.
Yeah.
I think Thursday. So we'll be doing All Is Fair until this season is over with. I hope you guys are rocking with it. We gonna roll with it for now.
Absolutely. And again, just excited to bring you guys some great content, some things we may talk about on our other channels, and some things we don't. So if you can't find it on EJ TV Junkie or TV Junkie Reviews, if you can't find it on All Things Ruthless, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be able to find it over here at Talk That Talk Media. So please make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Talk That Talk Media. Subscribe to the channel, and consider joining the Patreon. Y'all see the link. I'm not reading all of that, but consider joining the Patreon. EJ and Tika at Patreon. And I'm pretty sure EJ included the Patreon in the description, or not the description, in the actual chat. But if not, we'll post that for you guys, and just come on over and join us. Y'all can see our true reactions to some of this stuff that EJ got me watching, y'all, but I'm here for all of it. And that's it. Thank y'all so much for coming through. And I think we up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you, DeMarcus. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Tamika. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, all of y'all. Thank you, and thank you. And we about. Peace.